To some, this is just a clip of me putting on my shoes and socks. To others, it actually looks impossible. And to even a few select others, they recognize this as something called the old man test. The goal is to simply put your socks and shoes on without ever allowing the foot that you're putting the shoes and socks on to touch the ground. In other words, never losing your balance. Imagine having a test that can determine your physical fitness age based on doing something that you did every single day of your life without even thinking before. Believe it or not, being able to complete this without losing your balance would put you in the 14% of people over the age of 40 that can. And that's not good. What's up guys, Jeff Cavaliere, ATHLEAN-X.com, physical therapist and trainer to pro athletes. Look, when it comes to longevity and the quality of life as you get older, there's three very important things that you need to maintain. One is your strength, two is your cardiovascular health, and three, which is often the most overlooked, your mobility and flexibility. Today I've got 5 different movements. They're the big indicators that you still need to be able to do, no matter what age you are, to maximize that quality of life, okay? So the first one that I need you to be able to do is a single leg RDL, okay? And what that looks like is a high carryover to that old man test that maybe you're struggling with right now. It's gonna test your balance and also your hip strength and your ability to do what we call the hip hinge, which is one of the most fundamentally important movements you can do. And to hinge, guys, off of one leg, you don't just lean down. That's part of the reason why you lose your balance. You wanna sit back first. All right, sit back as far as you can, act like there's a drawer back here that you're trying to close with your butt, and then reach down with your hands at the same time you actively lift this leg up back behind you. Because what that lifting will do is engage that glute on the opposite side and give you a counterbalance to be able to do this without losing your balance. You go down, you come out of it, establish balance, go right back down, then hinge, stick your leg out behind you, contract the glute, come down, back, establish the balance, hinge again, and back. What I'm looking for is 5 repetitions at a minimum on each leg. Ideally, you'll work yourself up to 10 on each leg without losing your balance. Number 2, we do something called the squat and reach. And what you do here is come all the way down to the ground. Get those adductors stretched out. They're a muscle group on the inside of your legs that deceptively gets tight and can throw off your low back. So what you do is you put your elbows on the inside of your knees and you push out. So you're intensifying the stretch on the groin muscles. And from here, what we're gonna do is take one hand, reach it up towards the sky and rotate. And what this does is I'm allowing myself to open up through the back that you can see and get something called thoracic extension. And what that is that area of your upper back that tends to round out through, again, repetitive behaviors in front of us, and you get that rounded shoulder posture. Here, we're gonna open it up, reach and turn as far as we can. What I wanna see you do here is at least be able to hold this position for a minimum of 30 seconds, okay? Ideally, I want you to be able to open up for 60 seconds, and with each passing second, go further and further and further, actively squeezing your shoulder blades together to help get further and further and further back. And you'll see, you'll get further even from the beginning of the time you start that stretch to the end of that time that you start that stretch. Again, I wanna work on the opposite side as well, opening up and balancing that out. That's exercise or movement number 2. Movement number 3 now works a little bit more on the strength of your lower body. And we do something called the Sumo stance. Now there's 2 variations here that you can do. You get down, widen out those feet once again, come down to this position like a sumo wrestler. Now the more beginning version is to be able to keep your elbows posted up against your thighs. This will actually help to almost assist you to maintaining this standing posture. But you'll feel it start to burn in your quads, and that's appropriate, that's good. But do you have the ability to withstand that for up to 60 seconds? And again, ideally what you'll do is start off with at least being able to get it for 30 seconds and work your way up. At the same time, I'm opening up my chest, I'm trying to stay nice and tall. Now the more advanced version of that is to not just sit there, but to, again, reinforce that thoracic extension, that area of your back that we need to make sure remains mobile. So from this position here, once I get set up, then what I want you to do is cross your hands and just reach out in front of you as high as you can. And you'll see that it actually creates that curvature and that upper back that might be missing right now. All right, can I hold that for up to 60 seconds? But again, starting with that bare minimum of 30 seconds. Then we come down to the ground. We want to establish some upper body standards and some things that we just don't want to lose. Because the one thing about all these drills is use it or lose it. You might think that they're impossible right now because you probably thought too early in life that they were impossible. So what you want to do is get down to the ground like this. Okay, we're going to do a regular push-up, hands under your shoulders just like this, feet together, glutes engaged, push up. Okay, looks nice and standard, full extension of the elbows. Come down. From here, slide your hands out, reach up by squeezing your glutes and lifting your thighs off the ground, and then raising your hands off the ground. This will work literally all the muscles of your posterior chain. And these are the ones that get really weak way too quickly because we don't think about them because we don't see them. So you lift, come down, slide it back under your shoulders, push up, down, limp, up, lift, up. To me, that's an amazing total body push-up that's not just working this dominant front side muscles, but balancing it out between the posterior and anterior sides. Now, what you have to be able to do is work on the important hip strength. And what we're talking about is hip strength in the frontal plane. And what that means is something as simple as, we call it the Jane Fonda, where I'm on my side like this, and I want to see if I can lift my leg up. Now, it looks so remedial, and it looks like something you've done so many times in life, but not this way. When you want to test your abductor strength, which is really important for maintaining your balance as you get older, then you want to target the glute medius. The way to do that is to start by pointing the foot down to the ground, like that. To do that, I have to turn my leg inward, internally rotate it, down to the ground. From there, slide your leg back behind you, not losing that downward point of the toe. We're almost there. Now, lift it as high as you can. Immediately, you should start to feel a cramping out here in the hip. That's gonna be in the glute medius. This is the muscle that when messed up is gonna lead to back pain, is gonna lead to weak hips, is gonna lead to potentially joint degradation in the hips too early because you're not maintaining proper strength. All I want you to do is be able to hold this position for 30 seconds minimum, working up to 60 on each side. And what this does is exposes one of those areas that probably highlights how far you've let yourself go in all these other areas. Because that looks so simple, but it's so damn hard for a lot of people to do without that intense burn accumulating. If you want to know how to fix a lot of these things in one shot, guys, especially if you already have low back pain, then check out this video I had here. Over 40 million people have fixed their low back pain by actually attacking that glute medius. If you found this helpful, guys, make sure you share it with as many people as you can, because we all need to be able to maintain these 5 exercises if we want to maintain our health and longevity. All right, guys, see you soon. Make sure you click subscribe and turn on notifications. Full programs at ATHLEAN-X.com. See ya.